Good morning. Hello. How are you? My name is Pamela, and I'm going to be reviewing the Book of Speculation by Erika Swyler. This book came out in 2015. It's a fictional work. It's a mixture of fantasy, a little bit of suspense, a little bit of drama, and I think it was worth the read. And I give it high ratings. So this book is tells the story of a family. So it's a generational story. So, um, the protagonist of the book is Simon. Simon is an archivist who was working in a library, and he receives a book from a bookseller. And the reason the bookseller gave him this book for free was because he saw the name of a family member of his in the book, and he's like, wow, this book doesn't belong to me. He needs to go back to the owners because they might be looking for this book. So as of course, he's a librarian, so he's all about books. So when he receives this book, he's like, okay, what's this all about? So he starts reading it. And it just hits him as he's reading this book that there seems to be a generational curse in the family, that on July 24th, female members of his family die, and they die by drowning. And this is a very, very weird way of dying for his lineage, because these are people that can stay underwater for a long time because of something that happened generations ago in their family. A Mormon had intercourse with one of their women in their family, and they had a child. And as a result of that, the children in that family can stay underwater for a long time. So drowning should not be a way for them to die unless there's something else going on. So Simon is interested in all of this. He's all about books. He's all about finding out why and what's going on. So as he starts digging in, he starts learning about other ancestors. He starts learning about the ties that his family has to a particular place. And as he learns it, he starts thinking about ways of breaking his curse, because he has a sister, and literally the clock is ticking on his sister dying by drowning. So at the end of the day, he comes up with a solution of what he thinks will take care of the curse, and he executes the solution. And it's now up to you as the reader to decide whether you believe the curse has been broken or the curse hasn't been broken. So there are many reasons that I like the book. Okay, first and first, I'm not a fan of books that starts as a slow read, but even though this book started slowly, you kind of just had this sense that there was something and somewhere that this book was going. So I liked it because it did take you on that journey. It was not a book that started slow and ended slow. It started slow and picked up the pace and added little bits and pieces to things to make it a little bit more better. So I really, really enjoyed that. I like the fact that it was about generations and generational curses. It's about digging into your past to actually ensure that you have a present and a future. It's about breaking out of curses and breaking out of things that seem to be set in stone for your family. It's about using knowledge that you have garnered, and investigated to just ensure that things don't continue on to the next generation. So I really liked that. I liked, of course, that the book was a fantasy. As many people who have been paying attention to things that I enjoy reviewing, they always seem to have some form of fantastical element to it. People having superhuman powers, otherworldly creatures, ghosts, and what have you. And in this case, a mermaid. A merman. So I really enjoyed the fact that it was a fantasy. I also love the fact that it was also about history and actually taking that time out to find out exactly who you are. And I actually liked also the idea of actually breaking generational curses and coming out of things and saying, okay, this is not going to happen anymore. So I was I was a fan of that idea, like the idea of reincarnation and connection and things like that. So there's so many things that you can like in the book. What didn't I like about the book? The only thing I didn't like about the book was the fact that it was not really clear cut to me as to whether the curse was broken. It's up to you as a reader to say, okay, yeah, the curse was broken. But I had questions about it, because even though there was a scene in which certain things happen, with a page in the book, but I just found it very interesting that where they were choosing to go to is in line with where their family had gone to historically. So I'm like, was this curse broken? Is this person safe? Okay, maybe this July 24th she won't die, but what about next year July 24th? You know, so that was just me being cynical, but it was to me a very valid question. So I just hope that you get a chance to pick up the book. You know, since it's a late book, it came out in 2015. You should be able to pick it up from everywhere that sells books, and even from your public library too as well. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have you read the book? What do you think about the book, and what do you think should be my next read? Till next time, take care and God bless. Ciao.